January 25th meeting of the Board of Education to order at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
Audrey Adamson.
Here.
Justin Anderson.
Present.
Sangeeta Redputty.
Here.
Kate Schaefer.
Here.
Maria S. Trigueros.
Here.
Andrew Ware.
Here.
Aaron Waldron Smith.
Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, our first order of business is approval of the minutes from the open session of the regular Board of Education meeting of January 11th, 2021.
So moved.
A second, and a second from Kate. Roll call, please.
Justin Anderson.
Aye.
Kate Schaefer.
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye.
Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Sangeeta Redputty.
Aye. I don't believe we have any public comment,
We do not.
so we will move to the consent agenda, which we had to parse out in 3 parts. So we'll start with the motion that the Board of Education accept the items contained in consent agenda, items B through J and L through M as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Second from Mr. Ware. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kate Schaefer.
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye.
Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Justin Anderson.
Aye.
Sangeeta Redputty.
Aye. Second item is that the motion is that the Board of Education accept the items contained in consent agenda item A as presented. Second. Second by Kate. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Maria S. Trigueros.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Abstain.
Aaron Waldron. Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Justin Anderson.
Aye.
Kate Schaefer.
Aye.
Sangeeta Redputty.
Aye. The next motion is, recommended motion is that the Board of Education accept the items contained in consent agenda item K as presented. So moved. Moved by Audrey. Is there a second?
Maria.
Oh, Maria, thank you. Any discussion?
I would just like to say that I understand that we have to make this some type of decision. My biggest concerns being that that's a great sound barrier for the school with the fire station being just down the street on that access road. I know that they go through quite frequently, so I think that's important. One of the other things I thought of is it keeps the school very secluded. You really don't know it's a school. Even the sign sometimes doesn't click that for you. And I really hate to see it lose all those mature trees, so.
Thank you for sharing that. She's referring, of course, to K with the retaining wall situation. I would say that I agree with the recommendation that we not spend money we hadn't allocated. However, if there's any chance the district can replant trees at some point, something like that to put back what's being taken away in a way that makes sense, I would be supportive of that, but
Yeah. Maybe,
somewhere down the road.
Maybe partner with Living Lanes and Waters. I know they always are picking out trees and.
Million trees thing that they'll have coming up later this spring.
Yeah, and Moline Community Development, I think, has something with trees too as well, so.
I understand not spending money. That's.
Anything else on this item? Okay, then I'll call for a roll call vote, please.
Andrew Ware.
Aye.
Aaron. Sorry, there's again. Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Abstain.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. And before we move to our next items of revised policy, hope you have the wording in front of you. It was emailed. If you want to waive the second reading and allow the first reading to stand. Those of us here in the room have a printout of that, so please use that if you would like to. Could you refresh me briefly though on, I just read the recommended motion and then we take a second on it, but we move it, take a second, and then someone moves with this wording, correct?
You read it,
And then somebody.
and then
And then
someone
somebody
uses
says
this
this.
wording, and then we
And
take
then-
the first.
Got it, thank you. It's been a while since we updated these, I wanted to double check. So number 6. So recommended motion that the Board of Education accept for first reading the revised Board of Education policy, section 4, operational services, specifically policy 4:90, student activity and fiduciary funds.
I would like to.
Go ahead.
I would like to waive the second reading and allow the first reading to stand for both the first and second reading.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Good, Audrey. Roll call, please.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. Number 7 is the recommended motion that the Board of Education accept for first reading revised Board of Education policy 6:300, graduation requirements, and 6:340, student testing and assessment program.
I would like to waive the second reading and allow the first reading to stand for both the first and second reading.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. Number 8 is the recommended motion that the Board of Education accept for first reading revised Board of Education policy 6:310, high school credit for non-credit experiences, course substitutions, and re-entering students.
I'd like to waive the second reading and allow reading to stand for both the first and second reading.
Great.
Second.
Motion. I need a motion first.
So moved.
So moved, and a second from Audrey, thank you. Roll call, please.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. Number 9, recommended motion that the Board of Education accept for first reading revised Board of Education policy 7:100, health, eye, and dental examinations, immunization, and exclusion of students.
I would like to waive the second reading and allow the first reading to stand for both the first and second reading.
So moved.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second.
All right, and roll call, please.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. Number 10, the recommended motion that the Board of Education approve the resolution for district COVID leave days associated with the employee quarantine and re-entry procedures and guidelines to ensure employee and student safety through March 31st, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call, please. Oh, sorry, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson. Aye. Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Sangeetha Rayapati.
Aye. Number 11, it's a recommended motion that the Board of Education approve the use of CM Dog Training Academy to train a therapy dog.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Questions?
I just think it's a really amazing opportunity for our district.
I did have one question, Dr. Savage. I apologize for not giving a heads up about it, but just curious. We can assume that this company knows how to handle the kids who are not pet friendly, like that it actually triggers something else for some students, fear, anxiety, et cetera.
I know Kristen has done the most work with the company.
So the company itself trains a dog to be used as a therapy dog. As part of district accompanying policies, it's totally optional for students to participate in any program involving the dog. So they can totally opt out of utilizing the dog. It's completely optional for kids.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Roll call, please.
Andrew Ware,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson. Aye. Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer,
Aye.
Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Sangeeta Ramapudi.
Aye. Dr. Savage, superintendent report.
Yes, last week we were able to recognize our blended students, we were able to welcome our blended students back to in-person learning. It was great to see the kids and the chances to get reacquainted and refamiliarized with classroom structures and routines was welcomed by all. With that, we continue to watch the positivity rates in our region and in our county, and then continue to trend in the right direction. As of January 22nd, Region 2 has a current positivity rate of 5.6%. And for Rock Island County, as of January 22nd, the daily positivity rate is 11%, and the 7-day rolling average is 6.6%. We are continuing to use the online tracker on our district website for positive cases. We totaled out the number of cases for the first semester at 211 and have started the tracker back over to start for the second semester, which began last Tuesday. With positive cases on the steady decline and access to the vaccination ramping up, we are currently exploring any changes that we can make to blended learning for fourth quarter. And we're working collaboratively to develop options that we can put forth to families for input soon. Regarding the vaccine, I'm excited to report that approximately 250 of our staff that wanted the vaccine have already been able to receive their first dose. That is about 35% of the total number of staff that indicated they wanted the vaccine. I think that is excellent in my opinion, given how early we still are in the process. We're also excited to announce that we are working with community healthcare to host our own vaccination clinic at Wharton Fieldhouse. It will be held on an upcoming Saturday. The final date is to be determined, but we're hoping for one of the next few Saturdays. And we will be able to handle up to 45 staff members every 30 minutes. That means we should be able to get all of the remaining staff, approximately 500 that still want the vaccine, to get them their first round in that one day. Then we would be able to duplicate the clinic 4 weeks later, or whatever the time frame is, depending on the type of vaccine, so that they can just as easily get their second round. This would be administered by community healthcare. And as soon as they anticipate, or as soon as they get the number of vaccinations that we would require, they will let us know, and we will be ready to go as soon as that next Saturday within a few days' notice. We are also working on a phase-in plan for our staff to return to full in-person work days as long as the positivity trends continue to decline and access to the vaccination continues to increase. So we're working on that. We're working with our leadership groups, and we'll be making those notifications soon. The other item I wanted to briefly mention is our CARES Act allocation for the second round, what we're calling CARES 2.0. You have likely heard that our district is slated to receive a sizable allocation through a second round of federal CARES Act funding. The funding allocation is aligned to our Title I, similar to the first round. We have not received any word yet from the state of Illinois in terms of when the money will be available and what, if any, additional parameters the state may assign to the spending of those dollars. Early word indicates that this funding will be for the same types of expenditures as the first round of CARES Act monies. That being said, this is a one-time allocation with a sunset of spending those dollars currently scheduled for September of 2023. We are beginning to have some preliminary discussions at the district level as to how best to move forward, and will bring forth formal recommendations to the Board of Education once we know more on how Illinois plans to distribute. That being said, an initial review of the rules and guidelines show improvement to air quality and ventilation, including air conditioning, as a likely approved expenditure. Others include health and safety needs, digital curriculum, and so on, similar to before. This may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fast-track the board's goal of more climate-controlled buildings in our district, if in fact it proves to be an approved expenditure for these dollars, as we believe it will be. We are currently taking a preliminary review of each non-air conditioned site and evaluating them individually on a multitude of different factors. I hope to have more information to bring to the board soon.
Thank you so much. The positivity is the meaning, positive vibes.
Yes.
It's really wonderful to learn about. Thank you so much for your work there. Do you have anything else, Dr. Savage? Any questions for Dr. Savage? Anyone online from our board? Okay. Thank you to everyone who's filled out the evaluation from the board perspective. I'll be working with that data shortly. Our next community conversation isn't until February 9th, but that one is an evening one. And I just thought, I haven't heard from other board members with other ideas, but I thought since we've chatted, if you didn't mind sharing your long shot idea a little bit with the rest of the board that you wrote to us about.
It was like a shower idea, you get your best ideas. You get in the shower, right? So here we go. So I know another member had mentioned about the driving range is a terrible shape. And it just like a light bulb is that would be a great opportunity to partner with, Blackhawk has a highway construction and transportation program, so like they teach people how to work on roads. And I think this would be a good way to partner with that program. And then WIU has a civil engineering program down at the Quad City campus. Maybe we could work with them on design. And then we can work with our building trade unions to help maybe as a practice with the apprentices, build a new driving range. It doesn't have to, if it gets messed up, it's really not that big of a deal because it's a practice range and kids are going to be driving on all sorts of types of roads. So I think this could be a really good opportunity. We try to reach out to those folks and see if they're open to that kind of partnership.
Thank you. So Dr. Savage was gonna look into all those suggestions, but I thought other board members might be interested in knowing that idea.
And I'm happy to help facilitate some of those conversations.
Good idea.
At WIU, all senior students the senior engineering students do have a 1 credit senior design project where they're supposed to partner with a local organization or company to do an implemental certain project. So that would be something where we can connect with the engineering school. So let me know as how we're moving forward and I can make those connections as well.
Thank you.
Broken clocks, right, boys?
All right, anyone else?
It's a great idea.
Sorry. What was that, Maria?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to do a shout out to just all of the teachers and staff because coming back, I know that things were changed a little bit so that it was a little bit more synchronous on the remote days, and just to feedback on how that's going and just to knowing that students will have even more contact time even on the days they're not there, I think is incredibly helpful as we aim toward having them even there more and stuff. So I think it's a nice transition toward what we hope to get to the end of the year, but I also know that's a huge, change in kind of how teachers are doing things and how things look in their individual classroom when they're trying to meet multiple things all at once at the same time. So, I so appreciate everyone's time and energy and hard work in making it for our students.
If you think about it, every single term, every quarter has had some
Yeah.
adjustment for everyone. So the community's flexibility, the teacher's flexibility is much appreciated.
Yes.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Justin Anderson,
Aye.
Kate Schaefer. Maria S. Trigueros,
Aye.
Andrew Wayer,
I
Sangeetha Redpati.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.